The Iranian soccer team plays its first World Cup match in Los Angeles tonight. The squad arrived in the U.S. for the first time on Sunday, flying from their training camp in Tijuana, Mexico. Iran's war with the U.S. casts, of course, a huge uncertainty over whether the team would even compete at the World Cup. But south of the border, the team is enjoying a warm welcome, as DW's Tom Gennoy reports.
With some unexpected guests in town, security personnel at this Mexico hotel are not taking any chances. The Iranian football team have been caught in the middle of a geopolitical drama that's overshadowed their build-up to the World Cup. It's ended up bringing them here to Tijuana, where word has spread.
Iran is here with us. They go away to play and come back. It's like they're our team. I hope Iran reaches the knockout stages so we can make history together.
Born and raised in the city he's now taken to calling Tijuana, Anselmo Casanova isn't the only local who is keen to extend a warm welcome to these surprise guests. For their troubles, the small crowd is treated to a brief encounter with Iran's captain, Ehsan Hashsafi. A treasured moment for those who feel an affinity with the team.
We have a lot in common with what's currently happening with Iran. I have Iranian friends living in Tijuana. They're humble, honest, and hardworking.
It's an exact description of diaspora Iranians like Saeed Asadi, owner and operator of a Persian restaurant in nearby Rosarito, for whom the news that his home country's team will be setting up a base camp down the road came as a welcome surprise.
Of course, I was initially very happy about the Iranian team qualifying for the World Cup. Later, I found out the team had set up its base in Tijuana due to US visa and immigration problems. I was especially pleased about this because the team is now very close to me.
The circumstances have been and remain extraordinary. But Saeed is putting politics out of his mind for the duration of the tournament. After months of uncertainty, Iran are now about to take up their place at the World Cup, and he's keen to finally focus on football.
It's important to keep in mind that this is Iran's national team. It represents the many people in Iran and in the Iranian community. One of my goals is to go into their hotel and, if the opportunity arises, to invite the team to my restaurant.
That might be difficult given the security situation around the Iranian team, whose every move in Tijuana is accompanied by the Mexican National Guard. Contacts with the outside world have been reduced to a minimum. But in a city overlooked by the heavily fortified US border, strict perimeters are nothing unfamiliar. Locals here in Tijuana have embraced their hometown's role as an unofficial host city. Like Anselmo, for whom Iran's unplanned visit is a dream come true.
Like everyone from Tijuana, we always dream big, but we never imagined the World Cup would come to us, to the city where I was born and raised. It's incredible because it's unique.
It's not been a straightforward path, nor has it led them where they expected. But in Tijuana, the Iranian team have found a host city that they can call home.
And DW's Tom Gennoy, who filed that report, is joining us now from Los Angeles, outside of the stadium where Iran will play its opening match against New Zealand in just a few hours. Tom, as we heard in your report there, the Iranian squad is heavily restricted in the United States. Do we know what the mood is like among the team?
Yes, so we have a couple of indications, I would say. Now, it had been reported for a long time. It was understood that the Iranian team would be flying in and out of the US on their match days, in the morning, out in the evening. But that is actually not what's happened. So the Iranian team arrived yesterday here in Los Angeles and gave a press conference where the head coach, Amir Galanoui, said that his team had, of course, been affected by all of these issues in the build-up to the World Cup. He said that it had had an influence, and not a positive one, on the team's focus, but that obviously it was his job to ensure that his players were concentrated on their performance. Now, also, the players had a bit of a walk around here in the stadium and then had a training session which was open to media for the first 15 minutes. And there, I have to say, having seen the US team train here a couple of days ago, and also, previously having observed teams in training camps in tournaments, you often get, and it always gives you a sense of confidence if you want that team to do well when you see it, a real sense of lightness, a sense of joy. This is, after all, such a showpiece event for footballers. This is the biggest competition in the world. It's such a career highlight. So quite frequently, when you sort of observe teams in their camps, you see players joking around. This is obviously an experience which brings a team together, and it's such an exciting thing for the players to be a part of. Now, without wanting to make too much of it, it was hard to detect very much of that when I saw the Iranian team out on the training field yesterday in Los Angeles. And we also know from inside the camp that there are some concerns among the team, behind the team, about the players' fitness, their match readiness. Now, many of the players who are here with the Iranian national team play their club football in a number of different places around the world, including in a number of countries in Europe. But a large number of that squad also play their club football at home in Iran, where the league, the domestic competition, has been suspended due to the war. So I think there are some question marks over the fitness, the match readiness of the squad, and all of that amounts to a real sense of trepidation going into today's first fixture.
And Tom, take us, down to the political controversy as well, because LA is home to a huge Iranian community. So what has been the reaction there of Iran's participation in the World Cup?
Absolutely. So, yeah, it's nicknamed Tehrangeles, famously. Here in LA is the largest Persian diaspora community of any city around the world outside of Iran. And I think there's a real sort of sense of division. Now, when the Iranian team arrived yesterday in LA, we saw them arrive at their hotel where they came straight from the airport. And there were a small number of protesters there who were saying that the mullah's team is not our team. This team represents the regime. They don't feel that it represents them. They feel that the players are essentially letting themselves be used for propaganda purposes. And then, like the restaurant owner, Saeed Asadi, who I met down the road from Tijuana in Rosarito, there are others for whom the Iranian players are just representatives of the nation of Iran, and for whom, this is their national team, all politics aside. They do feel represented by this team, and they don't really have too much time for all of the politics going on around the World Cup. So there are these two sort of different strains of thought, I suppose, and that's obviously giving it, a massive oversimplification. But certainly, given the fact that LA is home to such a massive Iranian community, there's going to be a real spectacle here later on when fans start to arrive for the first match.
DW reporter Tom Gennoy, thank you.